This 40-year resident of San Quentins death row says it's about time for a moratorium. Douglas Chief Stankwitz got up Wednesday in the early morning darkness. That's when government. Gavin Newsom I just thought, it's about time someone stepped up, who had the power and authority to do so, Stankwitz said. He was the first person to land on California's death row after capital punishment was reinstated in 1978. He was 20 then. He is still on death row, sentenced for the kidnapping and murder of Teresa Graybiel, 22, who had gone to the store for a bag of dog food. His case is making, as the news about Newsom rippled through San Quentin, Stankwitz said in a telephone interview Thursday, there were no celebrations, no cheers among the 737 condemned men on the largest death row in the United States. Some have talked about it, Stankwitz said. Other ones, no matter how you feel about capital punishment, as originally planned 13 years have passed since California administered a lethal injection in its seafoam green death chamber, with its rows of seats for those who wish to watch. Stankwitz, a member of the Big Sandy Rancheria of Mono Indians, could be the poster child for the death penalty debate in California. His defense team insists he is innocent. Capital punishment, and Franklin E. Zimring, a law professor at UC Berkeley, points to the Stankwitz case as proof of California's irrational system and its voters' doubts about the ultimate sanction. The Golden State, if what you have is profound ambivalence and conflict, then you're going to have a system that is pushed for good reason toward an operation which is more symbolic than actual, Zimring said. That's a wonderful On February 8, 1978, Stankwitz and 3 friends were stranded in Modesto, looking for a way to get back to Fresno. Hitchhiking didn't, they followed her, and when she opened the door, Tina Topping pushed her inside and entered the car. Stankwitz, that's where Graybiel was shot in the head. Brown testified, I did not at any time see Doug Stankwitz holding a gun, Brown declared. I did not see who. Stankwitz said Thursday that he never went to Colwa, where Graybiel was killed. Instead, Stankwitz went to trial in July 1978. That October I haven't been on grass for more than 40 years, he said Thursday. No grass. Stankwitz's first conviction was thrown out in 1982. He was retried. That trial is scheduled for April. Curtis L. Briggs, one of Stankwitz's attorneys, said that, since his current legal team took over in 2016, new evidence has come to light that would show the stocky Mono Indian with black hair cascading down his back was framed. Other evidence they don't just want a new sentencing trial. They want the case. The Fresno District Attorney's Office declined to comment on the case and rebuked Stankwitz's legal team for talking outside of court in a way that could prejudice the proceeding. A failure of the defense team to abide by the law does not excuse my office's obligation to comply with it, said Stevie Wright, Assistant District Attorney for Fresno County. Over the years, Wayne Graybiel, Teresa's father-in-law, largely spoke for the family. He died of bladder, but in a 2012 interview, he told the San Francisco Chronicle that Stankwitz was a bad guy and I don't know why he's alive. I wish they would just. Stankwitz gets 2 15-minute phone calls a day. He uses them to, first they pray, repeating 2 benedictions Hicks wrote on Stankwitz's behalf. The prayers begin and one prayer is thanksgiving. The other is all appeal. 10 years ago, Father John J. Jack O'Neill was a pastor of St. Mary Magdalene. They corresponded for 3 years before Hicks visited San Quentin on February 11, 2012, 14 years after Graybiel's death. I had prepared myself to see someone who was really defeated and needed a lot of just sympathy, Hicks said. But there was this giant. They talked about his case, and when the visit ended, she asked him, "Are you glad I came?" And he said, "When Stankwitz is freed she does not say if they plan for him to live with her in Bolinas, in her high-beamed old-growth redwood home on a leafy acre near Point Reyes National Seashore." She believes, Stankwitz, Hicks, and his attorneys worry that the moratorium could complicate his bid for freedom, that the Fresno District Attorney's Office might just switch course and agree that he should be imprisoned for life without the possibility of parole. Complications or no, Stankwitz said, Newsom's decision was the right one. I talked to other prisoners, he said. They feel the same way, to be sentenced to death and waiting 20, 25, 30, 40 years and they still carry it out? He said. That's cruel.
Raindrop, truck top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,